The Notaries Unsealed podcast is brought to you by the Notary Success System and Captivated Notary Marketing Solutions. Coming up on this episode.
Oh yeah, there's big money there. There's big money. About 2 years ago, maybe 3 now, I've stumbled across a thing called Part 107.
Consider that I do wholesaling real estate.
Well, the beautiful thing is there isn't a master class for that.
Real smooth this time. We know the reads unsealed. This my everyday life. Yeah. We know the reads unsealed. Every day I hustle out here living it right. Let's go. We know the reads unsealed. Put the stamp down and stop in front of the mic. Here we go. Took the game over. We home now. We soldiers. Griff, Mathurin, and Q the podcast. You can't hold us. Y'all heard the word. Y'all heard the word. Griff, Mathurin, and
What's
Q.
going on,
We are the words.
Welcome back to Notaries Unsealed. I'm your host, Quentin Smith, and I'm here with my co-host. They're back. My guys, Ismael, Mathurin, Uncle Griff. Say what's going on to the people, fellas.
Hey, what's going on, folks? I hope you guys are doing well today. We are happy to be back. Just another week of providing great content.
Just another week. You was gone for a week, and that's all you got?
That's all it
That's all it is. That's all it is.
That's all.
I am back.
Yeah, well, man, look, welcome party people. Yeah, we was out. My internet died on. I don't know what the heck happened. It just everything went dead that day. So
Yeah, you had some storms coming through.
Yeah, I think that was some storm stuff. So I know Q, he held it down, and
Q definitely held it down.
Yeah, so everything's been good. Yeah, the last week was good with plenty of work coming through. This week that we're recording in, man, it's been busy already, and I got like 10 or 12 this week. So for the end of this month, I'm pretty stacked right now. So
that's good to hear. You know, the business has been slowing down for a lot of people. There's a lot of different conversations that are happening out there in the notary world right now. Have you guys heard some of that stuff?
Oh yeah, I've been seeing a lot of it online. You know, the return of the printers, scanners. Everybody's returning their equipment nowadays. You gotta be willing to ride the waves. You gotta
who are they
ride
returning
the
it
waves.
to?
Look,
they said who are they returning it to?
I don't know who they're
Going back to
returning it.
Staples
Until
and
they're returning it or they're selling it online at half the price. You know how it is. They try and make their money back.
You know, unfortunately, one of the things that they're going to find out is that although they may value their printers that they spent a lot of money on, people on the secondhand market that know electronics that usually buy printers, they don't have the same value for them at all because they know better.
No, they're going to want them at the cost of the material, which is about $50-$60.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're looking for something, I don't have anything. I'm not selling nothing.
Yeah. Shoot, I got two printers and trays in it. I ain't even opened up yet.
Jeez.
Griff, we about to go wholesale on some printers, bro.
Yeah, might as well. Griff is holding them back, until the rate drop in case anybody's looking to buy more printers.
I'm serious, man. Yeah, I got a friend. She be joking me, talking about I be taking everybody. I be keeping all the printers and stuff. Talking about I got an obsession with printers. I'm like, nah, maybe because I even bought another one and I gave that one to my wife for use.
Griff got 6 printers at the house.
Look, in my opinion, you can't never have enough printers when you're doing this kind of work. You gotta have a backup to the backup, man.
Yeah, I mean, if that's your main source of income, there's nothing wrong with securing your source of income to make sure that there's never any gaps in anything. Yeah, and I got caught in that by what you guys know from last week's episode is I was down a laptop. Luckily, I had a backup, but it wasn't mine. So it kind of put me back a little bit. Now I'm back up and running. But, you got to have those fail safes for your business, especially when it's your moneymaker.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, I wound up getting a backup laptop. It actually works real good. And I'm leaving that one on Windows 10. I'm not even going to upgrade that one to Windows 11 and stuff. Because
that would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah, it wants to, but I'm like, nope, you're going to stay on Windows 10 for as long as I can keep you there. And that's it. So
yeah, Windows 11 ain't completely stable yet.
No, it's not. It's not stable at all. I mean, I spend more time doing updates on this thing.
That's great.
Than a little bit, and every time I'm turning around, I gotta tell it to pause for a week because it's like it's trying to do those updates and it slows everything down. So
I got you. It makes sense. Well, so it sounds like you both are pretty good with computers. I have an extra laptop here. I was telling Q the other day, I changed the battery in it, but it have to remain plugged in order for it to stay on. So I'm not sure what's going on. So I thought it was the battery. I changed the battery. It's still, I have to literally have it plugged in. So if you guys want to look at it, let me know. I'll pay the shipping fee.
Nope, I don't. No, man, you better find your local computer guy.
Oh, man, I might have to go to Best Buy.
After what I just been through this week, I'm not opening up no more computers no time soon. However, I am building a gaming computer with my son. This little experiment with the computer. Once I got it open, he came over and started pointing things out and asking questions, and then he went to YouTube and started learning some things, and then we started having conversations. And we decided that we're going to be building a gaming PC within the next couple of months here. So
nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I thought about building something. I said, I ain't buying building. I just buy it. I'm serious, man. It's like I'm just gonna buy it. Matter of fact, I just bought my wife a new laptop. Hers, she had dropped the one she had a couple of times, and I was like, okay, she's had this for a while. She'll hold on to stuff forever. I mean, she's still on a Galaxy S9.
What's wrong with that? I'm on the S8.
Man,
oh, really? Damn.
I'm the modern guy.
Tell me what new new technology has come out in the last 15 years on these cell phones that is brand new that has to be had. They all do the same thing. There's no new technology.
You know what? Yeah, so I'm gonna have to agree with that because because I had the Galaxy Note 10 Plus or something like that prior to me switching over to iPhone. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
it's the same thing, man.
Look, I'm just the new product guy. I don't even like buying used cars.
Griff, we're about to launch underneath Captivated. You don't know this shit. I'm about to get you on the contract. We're gonna start having Griff do unboxing videos for technology. It's gonna be a cross between Notary Tech Talk and Captivated. We're about to have this thing popping.
Yeah, might as well. That right there would be a good thing. I'll definitely be paying attention to that. You will not see me doing that, guys. So do not expect me to see that. Don't expect me on there. I'm just gonna watch.
Hey Griff, if you'll fund it, I'll do all the producing.
All right. No problem, man. No problem, man. I mean, I still got to do the one on this Raven scanner. I mean, look, the Raven scanner is nice for what I needed to do, but there are still some quirky little things that I'm like, I like my brother's scanner. If I did them side by side, and just real quick, there's some of the quirky things like with the brother scanner, when it scans and it's finished scanning a certain amount of paper, because you can't put the whole loan packet in there.
Right.
The brother scanner will just pause, and you can set it up to pause, and then once you put the more paper in there, you hit continue, and then it'll start back scanning.
Yeah, true.
With the Raven, once it finishes, let's say you throw in 85 pages, when it does those 85 pages, it doesn't really pause. It sort of processes everything, and then it's like, okay, now you got to hit add. It processes it, and depending on how detailed you do your scan or how many pages it's scanning, it could take like a minute or two for it to process everything, because it's displaying it on that little screen for you to review. And I'm like, I don't want to review it now. So, and if you ain't paying attention and I mess around and I accidentally hit upload to upload it to the cloud rather than hit add, meaning add more pages to it. So it has some, like I said, for what I needed to do, connecting to the internet, sending stuff, uploading, speed, how fast it scans, that's great. But there's some things that needs to be
that could be better, huh?
Yeah, even the little thing to hold the paper when the paper comes out, that one is too short. It's too short.
How much do those run again?
I got the Raven Pro.
Yeah, how much do those run again?
About like $650.
Damn.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing but a little computer, man. I mean, it's literally a computer. You can, I mean, and the thing is, you have to be on the internet for it to work.
I got you. So would you recommend that to a new notary that's just starting out?
Nah, I would have to go with the brother. Because unless you are you starting out and you dealing with a home builder or somebody that needs stuff scanned back lickety split, and like I said, the only reason why I bought it because of the people who I'm dealing with, they want the stuff scanned and emailed right from the site.
Okay.
So it keeps me from having to carry a laptop and a scanner. I can do everything in one and stuff. But like I said, it just got some quirky things that if you play with other scanners and then this one, you'll be like, it can be a little bit better.
Okay, I got you. Well, thanks for the insight. I have no intention of buying one.
Yeah, it seems a little overkill. It's like if we were going hunting for squirrels, that's like taking a 308 with you. Taking a 308 with you,
sitting there with a musket
to shoot a squirrel. Yeah.
I know, man. Won't be nothing left for the squirrel but the tail.
Nope.
All right, so we kind of hinted at this exodus that is being talked about a lot in this business right now, and it brought up an interesting topic. Mathurin and I were speaking today, and we came up with the topic for the show today. And one of the major keywords around notaries right now is side hustles. What else can you do to make money? People are doing process serving, and what are some other ones that they're doing? They're doing
pole cleaning.
Oh yeah,
that's when you go to the strip club and you got to sanitize them.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing, man. You gotta go to.
That's weekend only right there. Good money.
It's great money right there, man. But actually, I think if you work behind the bar now, I don't know anything about strip clubs. I stopped going to strip clubs a long time ago. I already support one single mother. I'm just saying. We're done with that. I might get some hate on that one. Don't hate. It is what it is, okay? Single dad talk here.
Yeah. Well, look, man. People trying to do anything they can to make money. Selling stuff, books, pocketbooks, wallets,
jewelry,
notary
soap.
wallets, notary jewelry.
Notary
everybody's trying to write a journal and stuff, and it's like, how many journals do you need out there? You got the online journal, you got the in your back pocket journal, on your wrist journal. It's like, man, and they're missing out, like you always say, Q, making money with your stamp in your local community.
Right. So we're not going to talk about those things, but what we are going to talk about tonight is we are going to talk about side hustles. But not side hustles for notary, at least not for me. We haven't discussed what our chosen side hustles would be if we were choosing to start a new side hustle. Now, there were some parameters to this. There were really, Mathurin?
Sure, I thought everything was on mute. I didn't know.
I'm in the middle of talking and you're texting me.
I was making sure so that way I tell him, your gain was too high. So I thought your phone was on mute because you did say put the phone on mute now.
Because who's texting me at 11 o'clock at night, bro?
It's Black Jesus.
Oh man. Anyway, so there were. I'm leaving this in too. So audience, you guys are getting a blooper. All right, just you guys are getting one of our bloopers. Anyway, so there was some guidelines in choosing to on what we were going to present to you guys today. So this would have to be, we have to give a reason why we would choose this specific side hustle. It doesn't necessarily have to be related to the notary business, but it does have to fit into what you're currently doing. right? Because that's what a side hustle will be. If your notary business is your main vehicle, then your side hustle needs to complement that, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We're going to hear from all of us about what our chosen track would be if we were looking to start a new side hustle. That doesn't mean that we are. I think we're always looking, as entrepreneurs, we're always looking at possibilities, right?
Of course.
There's I think at one point I was considering starting a parking service for restaurants, right? We have a couple of restaurants out here. King of Prussia is a big area, but doing like event parking and stuff like that, very, very low input to start that type of business, but that was something I was looking into at one point.
Okay.
Yeah, but how do you start something like that? So
you do the research. So Mathurin, we're not talking about that right now. That's not it.
Oh man,
Mathurin, if you had to start a new side hustle right now we know that you do real estate, right? That's a known thing. But if you were going to do something else that complements what you already got going on and all you got going on, what would you do, man?
I'll probably try to do like math tutoring.
Tutoring.
Yeah, because like since we already homeschool and everything else like that, so I'm constantly doing some type of learning activities with the kids, and I know there are parents out there that are always looking for tutor. And I remember I saw a post a couple months ago. Somebody was saying how they were at Starbucks and the parent was there on their phone and they had a tutor for the kid. And I think for that hour, the guy made probably about $150 for 1 hour of just tutoring, going over like school lessons. So now just imagine, if you do a 9 to 5 and you're doing tutors like in the evening, let's say you do 2 hours every day. That's $350 right there. Like on a weekly basis, I think that's pretty good change, just for tutoring math, And most of the math subject, and I'm not talking about college. I'm not doing college math. I'm not doing high school math. I'm talking about basic elementary math. I think that right there would be a good side hustle, if you know numbers, if you are someone that's willing to go out there and want to tutor.
Yeah, that's a big thing right now because, since coming back from the pandemic, a lot of children struggled with their classes. I know my son was one that struggled and he lost a lot of his confidence in his learning ability during that time when they weren't in the classroom. And now we are trying to catch him back up, and it's working with what I'm doing now. So math tutoring is pretty awesome, man. You're in a good area for it too, and the fact that you're already homeschooling, you're used to what is required for today's students. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I saw a thing on CNN today talking about. I briefly looked at it. What they were talking about? They were talking about how kids are struggling since the pandemic coming back, and it was a whole report. And basically, in every educational area of instruction, they're struggling across the board, all of them. Yep. Primarily, the public school kids. So, yeah, math tutoring is a good one. Yeah, it's a real good one.
Oh yeah, and then plus the only thing I don't like about today is like the way they have the new math. Like I'm like, look, if we're able to get the same answer versus doing the old way and today's way, it's the same thing. Actually, I've actually given my son the choice, right, where I taught him how to do a math problem, how we learned it, and versus how they are teaching it today. So He had about 6 to 8 steps, and I did the same math problem in 2 to 3 steps. So I was like, so which way do you prefer? He said the old way. All right, so we still do that, but at the same time, we implement the new module of what they do in it, not nowadays, but it's not. To me, I think like I guess I think I get what they're trying to do, but at the same time, look, if your kid, look, no, I see, I'm not even going to go to that topic. Look, that's a topic for another platform right there regarding the educational system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, for me to do math, man, I don't know, man. My old way of doing math, it requires me to have too many rocks. Back in the day, You know, I had, you know, you have all these rocks, and you got Johnny had 10 rocks, he had 10, you know, and so that was the start of me building up the abacus. That China,
Right.
you know, China stole that from me.
Griff learned how to do fractions by breaking twigs.
That's it. You got
That's
a
the
twig
originator of the fraction.
Snap it in half. Yeah. That's how you do. That's how you do things.
Now, you want to know something that's interesting though, Mathurin, about that is that's actually a big online job right now. That's one of those things. If you're looking out there for top online jobs, is people are turning to being instructors for students in other countries to teach them English. And not necessarily a math tutor, but that's really a thing that a lot of people have turned to doing, is teaching other students that are in like China or Asia or someplace like that English. And they're getting paid pretty well to do it, except the fact that, you know, you have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning and you're teaching class at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's true, because of that time difference. Jeez.
Yeah, but, you know, you have, you know, a class of citizens that are over there that want their children to learn to speak English, and they're willing to pay for it. It's a good industry.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. So, if you never consider, you know, math tutoring or any type of tutoring, you should definitely look into it. That's if that's if you're people's first.
Griff said no.
I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that, man.
Nah, you're strictly for the adults. I thought Griff loved the kids.
I love the kids. I love them as long as they already know what they're supposed to know. You know how to do your math? Mr. Griff, go on somewhere there. When you know it, come on back over here.
Now, Griff, are you going to take that same approach with these grown adult notaries?
Man, I'm starting to shift it that way. I mean, I've been trying to help them. I mean, oh man, that's what I was talking a little bit about on my Instagram Live. I mean, man, let me stop. But yeah, it's getting to that point where people it's time for them just to make a decision. I think there's enough information out there that I put out there, that all three of us have put out there, that now they just got to decide what they're going to do, you know. I mean, but now push came to shove, if I needed to help a kid out with some math and English and all that, writing ain't my strong point, because writing ain't my strong point. Maybe I could help them with public speaking and doing a YouTube channel. Maybe I do.
Yeah, that's definitely your niche right there. You know, that public speaking. Look, Griff, I think you should be a pastor. You probably was a pastor in your past life, man.
I was.
Oh yeah.
I was, man. I was, and I know how to play up to the crowd. Not in a bad way, play up to them, but I know how to engage the crowd and everything, and read the crowd and work with them and all of that. So, and actually, when I be doing my YouTube videos, I just be visual. I just reflect back and visualize, you know, when I used to be out there preaching and everything, and the responses and the facial expressions that people give when people will say certain things. So that just helps me with my talking and everything and all of that. So the only difference is, like one time in one church, they had this little bell. They would hit the bell if you started talking too long. So ain't nobody can put the bell on me now. So
Nope.
Yeah, boy, we almost got in a fight in the church doing that.
Really?
Yeah,
y'all remember
the
Dave Chappelle show where he had the wrap it up thing? Like, do you remember that skit?
No, I missed that one. I heard it, but I never did see it.
Oh, I wish we had video right now so that way we could pull it up for the people, because it's like this little box. It's called the wrap it up box that you could just pull out on people when they start talking too long, and it starts playing the applause and the music like they do at the award shows, with a big old light that says "wrap it up."
Yeah, they had that bell. Matter of fact, they went out to the car and got the bell. And they dinged me with, boy, Miss G didn't like that. She was like, hold up, you ain't gonna be putting no bell on my boy. Yeah.
Nah, they wanted you out. That's why.
Yeah, after that, man, we left them folk, man. They were too much with some mess.
Nah, I don't blame.
Griff.
Yo.
What we doing, man? We know you missed the notary. We know how you get down, you know.
Yeah.
If there was a moment right now, something came along, a side hustle that you could do, and it'd be ready to go, what would you do?
Be a drone flyer.
Drone,
DRONE.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Those people that are doing, I actually did a signing for a guy that does drone footage for real estate.
Mm-hmm.
There's money there. There's real
big
money
there. There's big money. About 2 years ago, maybe 3 now, I've stumbled across a thing called Part 107. It's a thing called Part 107. And that is how you get your commercial drone flying license.
I know what you're talking about now.
So when you get your, and see, the thing is, anybody can fly a drone. You can buy a drone, learn how to fly it. The issue is you can't get paid for doing pictures and stuff with your drone unless you have a Part 107 certification. Right. Not a certificate of completion, but it's an actual certification that goes through from the government. So I looked into it. I got a course that I've already paid for. I just haven't finished taking it because I've been so busy with the notary. And then like today, it sort of kicked in my head when you was talking about it. There's a company called Drone Up. And I actually did the closing for the guy, for the CFO there. He moved from Arizona to here and was selling his house. And it was a last minute signing. And again, this is why you snag up them last minute signings. I'm sitting there in this guy's office right down the street from where I live at. Yep. And it's the Drone Up people. And he told me the whole operation. He said, we're going to start flying packages from Walmart. And what did I see today? Them at a Walmart prepping to start flying packages. So when I saw that, I said, okay, I'm gonna have to go on and complete my 107 training and everything, take the test, and every 2 years you get recertified. I actually have a drone. And the guy there, he was telling me straight up, he's like, look, he said, you can make some money doing this. He said, you fly these drones, you learn, you can make some serious money doing it. And I'm like, bet. So if I had something to do right now, it would be drone. And you say, well, how it works with the notary from the standpoint, if you in there with some real estate agents, absolutely, and they in those $1 million homes, and I can do a drone fly over and take pictures of the property and everything, because sometimes the street level pictures just doesn't do it justice. But if you can get over and they got some pretty landscaping back there, they pool area, man, you can get some good pictures of that and everything. So yeah, flying the drone is my thing. I've been having that in my back pocket for 3 years, and I know I did a video about it probably a year ago, telling people that they should look into it.
I think you just give me an idea, because if you guys, I text you guys earlier asking, hey, what certification that I could possibly be looking into, but hey, you just, I think that's a good idea, because when I was looking for somebody to take some aerial pictures of the house. I have contracted, and I reached out to a guy. He said, I think he was charging me $250.
Yeah.
For him to come out to just do it. And I was like, all right. So I'm like, so if I don't get it contracted, then I'll call you. But, probably end up getting contracted. But Part 107, so I just looked it up.
Well, I'll send you the link to the place that I do my got the training from.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, gotcha. I'll send you that, because there's different people out there. And for the most part, they're all good. I like the one that I'm with. Can't remember them off the top of my head, but they are really good. I paid for the course, and you get to take it as much as you want. They give you free updates to it, all of that. So yeah, I'll put it in there. I'll see if I can find it while we're here, and if I find it, I'll mention it on here for everybody. But yeah, that's the next thing that I'm looking at doing, Part 107.
All right, sure.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I definitely know that there is a market for that. If that's something that you're into, if you can get down with flying the drones. Now, they're not easy to fly. There's a learning curve.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's definitely a learning curve, and it's an expensive one, too.
Right. Oh, and the big thing, you got to make sure you're not in a no-fly zone.
Correct.
So for Virginia Beach, they have a app, and I don't know if it's called Before You Fly. The letter B, the number 4, then the letter U, and then FLY, Before You Fly. And it shows you where you're at, based off your GPS and whether or not you're in a no-fly zone. Because if you fly that drone in a no-fly zone,
you're screwed.
Yeah, you have to get registration number. In fact, I got to update my registration number for my drone and everything. And it only costs like $5 or $10, I think, to do the registration number with the government and stuff.
I mean, pretty much you're registering to, be in the Jetsons. If this was George Jetson, you about to fly your own. Like you're moving into that territory where the Jetsons told us that we would be already. You start flying up there, and now you've got different laws that you have to respect and be knowledgeable of. And there's a way to make money up there too, which is pretty dope.
Oh yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna look into it, especially given the fact that I already have a lot of connect with real estate investors. So that definitely might help me out here especially in the long run.
I mean, let's be honest. I think anything that you can do to tie into real estate, to help them in their process, whether it's if you've got like a GoPro 7 that shoots in 4K, being able to go in and take video footage for real estate agents and the real estate investors. There's a lot of money in that, and they're willing to invest in it now because a lot of them have crossed over and started marketing on social media. I see it on Facebook all the time. And they're really looking for those high quality images because that's the new way of marketing properties. Yeah, is having these walkthrough videos of the properties.
Yeah, gotcha. Hey Griff, I just thought I'd let you know I just downloaded the app that you mentioned. Okay. Looks like where I'm at is clear, and then when I move a couple of town over, it says control airspace.
Yeah, and the company name is called Altitude University.
Cool, folks. So you got that Altitude University. If that's something that you're interested in, definitely check it out.
Yeah, Altitude-University.
And if anybody from Altitude University has heard this podcast and would like to be featured and hit us up for some ads, we will definitely want to sponsor. We will take that and we will put you out there on the regular.
Yeah. Yep. So I got the course, and again, I paid for the course a couple of years ago. I caught it on sale. I don't have any discount code or anything to give anybody. So I don't even know what the course costs nowadays. But
it's got to be probably around the same ballpark or a little bit less than some popular notary courses that are out there.
Oh yeah.
Let me try that off. Just zip it a little
definitely less, because I think I had seen like 175 according to
what?
Yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah, so it's definitely less.
Okay. Well, check it out. Yeah, it's $97.
Look at that. It's even cheaper.
Yeah, it's right now. It's self-paced. It's a self-paced course. Yeah, altitude-university.com. $97.
So let me ask you something. All right. Let's break this down real quick. So $97 for the course. What kind of drone do you have? What kind of drone would you need to do property filming or photography?
Oh man. The main thing is, what I've learned is you want one that has a GPS on the bottom. There's a sensor that has a GPS on the bottom. And the reason why is because you can then fly indoors.
Okay.
It has a sensor thing under the bottom, and it helps it figure out where it's at. The one I have doesn't. So if you try to fly indoors, you can't control it. It just goes all over the place.
Got you.
And you have to fly that strictly outdoors. You want one that has what they call the gimbal, and it basically helps the camera move nice and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And not all herky-jerky.
So how much do those run, Griff? I know you know how much they run.
They can run 300 or more, and you can catch a good deal every now and then on Amazon. You can catch a good deal on Amazon for them. I know I caught mine on a real good deal. It was barely 300, and it came with 2 batteries, and each battery is 30 minutes. Now, that's the problem with the drones. for most people, the basic drones, their batteries basically last only 15 minutes. So to spend $300-400 on a drone and the battery only lasts 15 minutes, it's not wise. But mine was called a F7, I believe, and each battery is 30 minutes worth, so I can fly for an hour. Fly it, boom. You want one that has a what they call a ceiling limit that you can set to where it will only go up, say maybe 400 feet.
Right.
And it won't, just because if it gets out of radio, antenna range from you, it's gone.
Right.
It just takes off. It just keeps going.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you want it to have home, so so once you set it and it knows where you're at, and if it flies off, you can hit the home button and it'll come back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is pretty dope. So a $400 investment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that course, do you come out of that course with the certification that you need?
You come out of the course having the knowledge to go take the test. The test runs about $150.
So $150. So we're looking at about $550 now.
So we have to now about $650.
No, we're at $550.
If we pay $400 for the drone.
No, the drone was $300. The drone was $300. The course was about $100.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And then another $150 to take the test.
Yeah, so we're sitting at $550.
Sure, I guess I shouldn't be tutoring.
You're trying to do it in the blocks. You're trying to do it the new method, right? Just go back to the old method. You'll be all right. All right. So about $550, and you can walk out of this with everything that you need to start a drone business,
right,
for real estate agents in your area, which is a hot thing pretty much everywhere right now.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, see, this is where all of that marketing, notary stuff, this is where the marketing really comes in, to market yourself, because you got to be able to market yourself, which starts off with you flying the drone over your own house. Yeah. You fly the drone over your friend's house and take aerial pictures there. You go out to, you get permission to go out to a kid's soccer game and maybe take aerial pictures there, things of that nature. So, you can do this, but let me say this here. If you was lackluster and going out there and putting yourself out there for the notary business, you're going to be lackluster for this.
This is even a smaller niche. It's a completely smaller niche. It's definitely necessary. However, it's a luxury. It's a luxury product and a luxury marketing product for a real estate company. Now, if you're dealing with a larger company, you'll be all right. But if you're dealing with a brand new realtor that doesn't have the money to invest, they're going to be like, that's nice. I wish I could do that right now.
Yeah.
Do you wait on, would you care about waiting to get paid? Now we're talking about net payments, right? Just something to consider.
No, you're absolutely right. But, it is, just based off the initial start off, I think it's definitely something that somebody should look into. I'm definitely going to look into it, to be honest with you, just to see, what I can provide, especially being here in Massachusetts. As much as I don't like going to Boston, hey, if I'm making some decent money, take some pictures.
Yeah. And I just sent it in our back room. I just sent it to you in a back room chat. The link.
Yeah.
And but now here's another thing with the local news, because if you have a 107 certification and all of a sudden y'all have a snowstorm or whatever, the news loves drone pictures of the neighborhood all snowed out.
Right.
So if you have a drone, you go out there, clear area, fire that bad boy up, you fly it in your neighborhood, and you can sell your pictures, your video footage to a news outlet. Matter of fact, you can hit them up ahead of time and say, hey, I can fly my drone for you to take pictures of neighborhoods that are snowed in. It could also be used for search and rescue.
Yep.
There's a lot that you can, you can do with this. You just have to think outside of the box and everything. But see, now here's the question: how many people going to all of a sudden hop on YouTube and start talking about they got a master class for drone flying?
Well, the beautiful thing is there isn't a master class for that. You know, I think you provided a great link for us, Altitude University, for anybody that wants to check it out. It's altitude-university.com.
That's all you got to do. That's your master class. Anybody come running on the internet talking about, I can teach you this, I can show you. Do not spend your money with them cats.
No.
Because, and just to give people a little bit of understanding, they teach you stuff like understanding weather patterns and things of that nature. So when you're out there flying, you'll understand what's going on, you know. And if you have that commercial license, you can then fly in those no-fly zones with proper permission.
Right.
And you need to understand how to deal with certain airspaces. They teach you all that stuff. It's very simple. And look, here's the deal. If they're teaching it out there for $97, that means you have it's on a level that pretty much anybody can comprehend if they put their mind to it.
Yep.
But you got to be willing to do the work.
No, you do. Absolutely. And you know, I think it's priced that way because they're trying to attract people to get into it because it's a needed service at this point. They need more people to be able to offer this, and you know, they make it, you know, for $550, maybe $600. You're talking about another side hustle here that could bring you in $250 an appointment.
Right.
Yeah. Do not go out there trying to get this training from signing services. You know, these so-called notaries. Look, just don't do it. Pay the money.
Just go to the official people. Pay the $97. Don't. If somebody's trying to sell you a course for $35, just pay the $97.
Well, Ray's lying to you if he tell you that they thought him down in jail. No, they didn't.
They did not teach them how to do that.
So what about you, Q? What you got, man? What's your side hustles?
My side hustle. Well, I'm working my dream side hustle with Captivated. Right. So that's kind of out the question. I'm doing what I'd love to do on the side already. But if there was something else that I would add on top of all of this that I've got going on, I would do people's genealogy for them and dig through public records. It's something that I've done for my family. I've also done it for a couple of other of my friends. And, you know, there's been this... I hate using the term wokeness because I hate that word, but there's been this wokeness over here, man. There's been this wokeness of people wanting to know where they came from, and you know they've got scammed by 23andMe and all these other places with these DNA tests because they didn't read the small print where it said this is for entertainment purposes only, and the results are only 0.01% accurate. They, you know, a lot of people spend money on that, and they said, "Oh, I'm from here." No. You know, I've dug through the public records of America, and some other countries. There's a lot of information there for all of us to learn. I have the ability to do so, the passion to do so. And when I go through and dig through genealogy, you know, let's say for my own family tree, as I started to find ancestors, when you get past your great grandparents, you know, you start with 4 grandparents, and that moves to 8 and 16, and it kind of continues. The cool thing about it, and this is why I love this and I'm passionate about this and why I would actually consider doing it, is as you come across new names and new family members from your direct lineage, is going through and finding out where they were, and then taking the extra step to look up newspaper articles about that area during that time to have a full understanding about where your ancestors came from and what was going on where they were during that time. A lot of people don't have the time to do that, but they want to. They want to know. They want to know, you know, where their family originated from, especially when it comes to those that consider themselves to be of the African American race, so to say. You know, a lot of us would like to know where we come from. Guess what? The records are there. You don't know the records are there because you never looked for them, but they are. So I would assist people in finding out exactly who they are.
Right, so Kira, I know you just mentioned that the records are there. So what if somebody that's not born in the U.S. Are they able to pull up their record as well if you was, let's say, you're born in a different country?
Yeah. Now, when it comes to Europe, of course, Europe has their records as well. But if we're talking South America, if we're talking from the islands or something like that, there's records there too. And you have to understand history to understand why those records exist. When the conquistadors came down into the islands, they came down to convert people into Christianity, and by doing that, they created baptismal records, and all of those records were then stored, and a copy was sent back to the Vatican, just like today, whenever you get baptized or something like that. So baptismal records do exist going back to the 1500s. I've been able to track my family back to the 1500s, actually. So I do know where my family comes from. And, some of those records you do have to pay for. Some of those records you do need to access the National Archives for. There's a way to find out that the records are there. When they said that, people came over here on boats and whatnot, and there's no record, that's a lie. They manifested down to the smallest grain of rice and sugar, everything that entered into those boats. Okay, so to try to sit here and tell me that there's no records for people that they encountered is completely a fallacy, and I wish that more people would wake up to it.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's the records are there. You just have to search for them, and just be patient and do diligence, and the information is there. I mean, it's there. Yeah, because one of the persons who, if you listen, I don't know if you're familiar with Dr. Joy DeGruy, who talked about post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she said she went there. She went to the bottom inside of the Statue of Liberty, saw the evidence. Down there on Wall Street, saw the evidence. The evidence is there. People don't want to believe that it's there. People want, it's like if we ignore it, but you can ignore it all you want. The evidence is there.
It's still there.
Yeah, I'm a big history buff myself, so I've been studying, this for almost over 10 years, and just reading and understanding of the way that records were played with, the way that censuses have been played with. The first censuses didn't come out until 1790, and there's a lot that goes into how they've tried to hide records from us. Like, what we don't know is, like, we just went through a census, right? But that census will not be completely revealed to the public for 72 years. They release a new census every 72 years. Think about that, man.
Yeah, that's one's lifetime right here.
It's a lifetime. They're purposely trying to keep records from us. But they have kept records because they have to. So I have the wherewithal to understand where to get those records. Some of them you got to pay for, and the diligence and patience to get into it, and the passion to help people really figure out who they are. So that would be a side hustle for me that I would love to assist people with. And I think that it kind of complements what I have going on, because I'm always in front of my computer unless I'm doing a notary assignment.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's definitely a great side hustle. So I'll definitely maybe reach out to you about it, because I'm in the process of locating exactly where my people came from. But
absolutely.
That is so just thought I'd throw like a bonus out there, because that this one is kind of correlate with being in the notary and real estate. Another side hustle folks might consider, or that I do, is wholesaling real estate. So with that, what that is, we're already on the road going to notary appointment. That is pretty much finding a vacant property within your area, getting it contracted with the homeowner, then assigning it to an end buyer, maybe a flipper, for a fee. So, that's something that is great. Can definitely bring in a good income if you do it consistently, but it's also something that you have to do your research. So it's a great side hustle. You're already on the road. Start looking for vacant properties. Go to your city's website, get the information, and make the calls. And if you find anything, just reach out to me at Mathurin Notary.
There it is. There it is. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
The Notary Success System is the notary industry leading face-to-face loan closing training on the market. you are actually conducting a mock loan closing with a full set of loan closing documents. At the end of the training, you will have the confidence to conduct any loan closing you are assigned. Go to notarysuccesssystem.com and choose your date and time. Peace.
www.captivatednotarystore.com.
It's Captivated, baby. Yup, that's the name that we go by when we let the post fly. It's Captivated, baby. We got hoodies and tees for all your notary needs. Know what I'm talking about? It's Captivated, baby. Nobody does it like me, so it's best to believe when you see it. It's Captivated, baby. Yeah, we do this. We got the newness. Just don't forget. It's Captivated, baby. Q. The Notary Supremo, t-shirt ad sounding just like a demo. Podcast on blast, shout out to our demo. Graph how I laugh with my foot on this pedal. Somehow I lost my mind, have you seen all these designs? And I sell them things cheap, $24.99. What's your name, what's your size? Forget it, never mind. The Captivated store, or to pay another time. A notary that rhymes, yes, that's him, lady. Commission with these writtens, I've been spitting crazy. Witness all the ways we give it, all we say that we do. It's true, it's guess Captivated, baby.
www.captivatednotarystore.com.
It's Captivated, baby. Witness all the ways we give it, all we say that we do. It's true. It's Captivated, baby.
For like half hour, just chopping it up. So that last segment ran a little long. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But we don't want to keep this podcast from going too long. So we're going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. Right?
All right.
So for the second half of this show, we are going to keep it business. Usually we go a little silly, but we're going to keep it business this week. And the question is, if you could invest in anything right now, sans real estate, no real estate investments, no real estates. If you can invest in anything right now, what would you invest in, Griff?
Oh man, for me, it would have, now that I've been listening to Minority Mindset, it would have to be some top quality index funds. Find some, one he was talking about, the Spider one, the QQQ one. There's various.
Oh, they got. Wait, hold on. You can't go by that. You said QQQ. What? They made something for me. No. Wait a second. I'm greater than. I'm all Qs. Hold on. We got the QQQ. I gotta look into. Where can I find? We'll talk.
Yeah,
I need to find out about this QQQ.
But that's what, once I understood what the index funds do, I would invest into them. Now, see, there's another thing to index, but see, it's related to real estate. Oh man. But
because here's the thing, real estate's the obvious answer. Everybody would invest in real estate.
Well, it's not even real. It's, oh man, but see, it's a different aspect that nobody, and I'm already doing it. And I have to mention.
Okay, Griff, go ahead, share it. Let us hear it.
Invest in the title companies.
That's too related to real estate. No.
Well,
disqualified.
But there's title companies out there who are on the stock exchange. And as they do good, that will be, that's a secondary one. Once y'all get off of Notaries Unsealed, y'all go do what y'all supposed to do. once the episode over, y'all be like, I'm gonna do my real estate thing. But no, the main thing.
No, of course. No, listen. Real estate, that's number one. That's why I eliminated it, because I would buy land. I'd look at where Walmart's looking at buying land to build a new Walmart center, and then I'd go buy land out there, so that way they could buy it from me.
Right. Yeah. But the main thing would be top quality index funds. There's some index funds that return, that do a good positive return to I'm about to say to notaries, to investors. monthly, quarterly, annually, and that's what you need to look at, because when you invest in those top 500 company index funds, if one company falls out, another one comes in. So that's what I would look at. Some good quality index funds.
That's definitely great. Like I've seen, maybe I want to say a couple of years ago, I had some money invested into some index fund. Just the way it manages, and then you see a return compared to where if you had just purchased a single stock. So that's definitely a good way to go about it. I think I will. I know you're saying stay away from real estate, Q, but I will second the index fund. And another thing that I would probably consider investing in will be anything that has to do, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of changes with everything going like hybrid with vehicles. So I might, if there was, I might have to invest in a company that, is looking to bring in more electrical vehicles. Like I know Ford was thinking about it, but I'm not a fan of Ford. I done lost so much money on Ford stocks the past few years.
Dude, I'd invest in electric vehicles just so I could go buy a big diesel truck. I'm dead serious. I would never drive an electric vehicle. Ain't no way in the world that's happening.
Oh man, look, I'd be saving on gas with the Prius, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be whipping it.
Okay, and when they decide to finally flip that switch and they say, okay, well, you weren't able to pay your bills this week, so we're gonna shut your car off. Right, and they shoot that signal out through the little satellites, and they say, okay, this car is no longer inoperable, or because of the energy grid of where you live, we are going to have to shut down you being able to charge your car for the next 5 hours.
That's a cold world.
California, hello.
Yeah.
It's happening right now.
And then I just found out a couple of months ago that Tesla, they can restrict how your car's battery ability to fully charge based on the model. So if you don't
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. So they have the same battery in all the cars for the most part, but depending on the model, some models you think you're being it's full, but let's just say you have a car battery that can have you drive say 24 hours on it.
Yeah.
They can sit there and say, well, nope, you got this particular model, you can only drive 7 hours because it's not of a certain type. And I'm like, nah, give me the full thing.
But it goes deeper than that. They can actually give you a bigger battery, but because of the vehicle that you have, the rest of the battery isn't unlocked.
That's crazy. That's great. Like the fact that they are able to do that. That's definitely something that I didn't know. So I think in a way, these companies can pick and choose who they want to do that to. Especially.
Right.
Well, then that means you need to invest in a way to break into the batteries, man.
And that exists as well. This technology has been going on for a while, and there are some people, especially when it comes to like electric bikes. Yeah. That's where you'll find a lot of the people that have figured out how to hack in between these batteries and whatnot. They've been doing it with electric bikes for a couple of years now. So there are people out there that have a leg up on that technology.
So maybe we should find them and put some money together just in case.
Well, I think that leads me to what I would invest in. I'm investing in technology. So I may have mentioned this here. There's actually two different types of technology that I'd like to invest in. One is a Bitcoin ATM. They are modestly priced. I think it's a achievable investment that you can do something and make a business out of, and really make some money off of that going forward in like the larger cities and college towns and whatnot. As this new generation continues to grow, Bitcoin is and all of these digital currencies are continuing to grow. So having digital ATMs is going to be something that is going to be necessary. And, you can actually go on Google and find out where your local digital ATMs or your Bitcoin ATMs are. And I bet you're not going to find that many of them. And now what we're doing, if you decide to get into that, you're playing a game like McDonald's. McDonald's isn't in the food serving business. They're in the real estate business, based upon where general traffic is. That's where they put they're fighting for that real estate there. And you kind of notice that everybody kind of congregates in the same areas because that's a well-traveled area. It's about real estate, not about the service. It's the same thing when it comes to these Bitcoin ATMs. It's all about real estate. Where are you? And I would try to get into the universities and, the large corporate centers. The other bit of technology that I'd like to invest in would be small technology companies and houses that build the microchips for all of these self-automated vehicles that are coming. They are coming. Just like we were talking about the electric cars. Well, we have these self-driving cars, and you have small technology houses that are making the chips that this technology runs off of. That's where the real money is in technology, is when you start getting into the chip makers and not the big companies like Tesla. Tesla is a huge company. Tesla buys stuff from smaller companies.
Yeah.
And it's the smaller companies, that's where the real money's at. And you get on it before anybody else does.
Yeah, so if you can invest in a company that makes the chip, Tesla gonna need the chip for their vehicle. So it's a win-win situation. And most likely that investment will be lower than you going and go invest into Tesla directly.
Mm-hmm. You see it now, so technology is where I would go. I'd look at those small houses. I'd also look at investing in some of the creative houses that are creating metaverses. Metaverse is coming. It is real. It's already here. They have laws inside of the metaverse. People are buying real estate in the metaverse. People are trading NFTs, which is the most ridiculous thing in my opinion. But
shoot, I thought that died down because I know
it has. I just did it. I just posted a video on my community tab about it.
The metaverse is still booming. It's happening.
Yeah, the metaverse is booming, but the NFTs.
Oh yeah, the NFTs is ridiculous. I think once people started realizing, wait, I'm buying a portion of something that somebody else owns, and I'll never ever hold this in my life. I'll hold a portion of it. It doesn't even make sense.
But if you go check out my community tab on my YouTube channel, I just posted a video that talks about how an NFT that your boy Logan Paul bought for $600,000. It's only worth $10 now.
That makes sense.
Damn.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm not saying that I would invest in NFTs, but I would invest in a platform that allows NFTs to be bought.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense right there. No, that's crazy. Like I'm all set. So now I know you didn't want us to talk about real estate. I must still say this though. I will invest in land.
Invest in notary land. That's what it is. Because somebody out there has a masterclass on how to buy notary land. It's not real estate land. It's not metaverse land. It's called notary land.
You just never know.
You know what, Griff? You may have just called us out on that, because that's what I've been trying to do this entire time. Is I've seen this notary world, especially when building Captivated, and I said, listen, there is some land out here in the notary world that is uncharted and ain't nobody trying to claim it. Bros, let's go get it. And that's what we doing. All right, we invested in the notary land right now, the notary world. We are trying to build a community for you notaries.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
And don't forget if you're listening to this podcast, don't forget to share it. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to leave a review. And we took our time to actually read what you guys are saying. So we greatly appreciate it. So we're not, and then, if you are following us on social media, we'll definitely give you a shout out. But we do greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys when you guys are sharing it and liking it.
Yeah, because we know you're listening. we see the numbers. We got the insights. We know that you guys are listening. So give us a shout out. You know, we love you guys. We appreciate you listening to us. We'll definitely shed some light on you and show you some appreciation. So that way, you know, we really want to engage with you guys. Give us a shout out. You know, we're nice guys. I think. Well, sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, at least in front of the camera and on the microphone.
Yeah, except for Griff.
Depending on what platform you're on, some people don't think I'm nice.
Nah. Some people, you know, Griff don't have any credentials, so who cares about Griff?
Right. He's never offered anything to the notary world ever.
Yeah. I don't even have direct clients. I've only been doing this for 2 years. I'm like, man, I've been out here for over 4 years. I mean, but see, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. Look, it's
Careful.
the impact. It's the impact. And that's the thing. You know, you got to look at the track record of people. You know, you got folk that's been out here 8, 9, 10, 20 years, and they just still sitting up here wiggling, jiggling, and they ain't really offering anybody nothing of substance. So you can have years on a person and not have anything of substance that you're really offering. And people know that that's true, especially in the W-2 world. You got a guy or a girl, they've been sitting there working at the same job for years, and then somebody comes in and in 2 minutes, they figure out how to fix 15 problems. And it's like, oh, why are you not a supervisor? Because I figured out the problem. I figured out how to help the company make more money while you've been sitting here looking at the same thing broke every day for the whole 10 years you've been here, but you want to act like you the big perk guy on campus. When you come in solving problems and helping people realize their potential, that's what it's all about. And especially when you can do it without making them broke in the process.
Absolutely. I think that's key right there.
That is the key. And Griff, you and I, we talk about this all the time. You know, we try to make our services that we offer to people affordable. We're not trying to get rich off of folks. We're just trying to give them a good quality service. You don't have to try to get rich off people. You don't have to rip them off. You don't have to string them along for these long amounts of times. Hey, come join this for 6 months. Not saying that there's anything wrong against that, because there are some people that are definitely offering value with that model. However, that's far and few between.
Yeah.
Where you're getting that value at.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially when they can't stay focused on the one thing today. Hey, this thing that I'm offering is going to help you out. And then you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning, get ready to log into the thing they told you. And then they're like, oh, well, you know what? That thing was so yesterday, but today I got something new just for you. I'm like, come on, get solid. I mean, the bottom line is they don't understand and they don't follow solid business practices. Because any millionaire, billionaire tell you, start off and get good at one thing, make sure you're solid with that, and then expand it. That's why I like Bill Soroka so much, because he always says, nail it before you scale it. Get good at it before you start scaling into doing all this other stuff that you aren't really that good in. I'm going to leave it there.
No, you're absolutely right.
That was a good episode, man.
Yeah, we are. I think we're getting to that point. Yeah. You got anything else to add, guys?
Nah, I'm good.
Nah, we're good. You know, just keep doing what you're doing, guys. You know, just stay focused on your business, stay focused on your goals, and you know, your time will come. I know it's not easier to be patient. I know that's like one of the most difficult things to do. But, you know, you just have to learn how to trust the process. And, you know, it's not easy. Something I struggle with at times, but it's necessary. It's necessary in order for you to reach your goals in life and business.
That's very true.
All right. Take us on out, Q. Very true.
Well, before I bid you guys adieu, I just want to say, hey, you know, there is a lot of talk that's going on right now about side hustles and people that are leaving the business, and you know, you do what you have to do for your family. Just make sure that when you're making that decision, it's a decision that you truly feel in your heart is the right decision for you. Just like when you started this business, I hope that you guys felt that it was truly in your heart that this was the business for you. And if it still is, don't give up. Okay, just hang in there. You've got great networks out there. You've got us, the Notaries Unsealed team. You know, you've got the Notary Cousins. You've got, you know, the Georgia Notary. What's Samantha Smith's?
Yep, that's her name, Samantha Smith. The Georgia Notary Network.
You got the Georgia Notary Network. You know, you've got some folks out in Arizona, Bill Soroka, what he's doing. You've got folks out in California that are really just doing a good job and helping notaries and trying to keep notaries in this business for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. Just hang in there, all right? And don't get lost in all of this talk about all the different side hustles. Work your business and stick to your plan. Make money with your stamp while you can.
Roger that.
Absolutely.
All right, so on that, guys, hey, love your life, love your business, and love yourself.
That's my everyday life.
Peace.
We know the reason unsealed.
Man, you supposed to say people.
We know the reason unsealed. Put the stamp down and stop in front of the mic. We gon' take the game over. We home now. We soldiers. Griff, Mathurin, and Q the podcast. You can't hold us. Y'all heard the word. Y'all heard the word. Griff, Mathurin, and Q. Yeah, we on the verse. So diverse with no rehearse. That's how we work. Authentic when we give it. If we said it, then we meant it. Not to be confused with other people's views. They get it how they get it, and we get it how we do. Look, homie, this a whole different game. We got a whole different aim. We in a whole different lane. Yeah. We know the reason unsealed. This my everyday life. We know the reason unsealed. Every day I hustle out here living it right. We know the reason unsealed. Put the stamp down and step in front of the mic. Took the game over. We home now. We soldiers. Griff, Mathurin, and Q the podcast. You can't hold us. We know the reason unsealed. Every day I hustle out here living it right. We know the reason unsealed. This my everyday life.